Basically, Cory Holcomb had decided to speak on the relationship between Ochocinco and his girl, and it was pretty harsh.
Chad, my brother, is always in a relationship with a Latino nothing.
Yeah. Love dangling that visa over it. You can stay if you with me.
Oh my God.
You can fuck whoever you want. I can fuck a bitch digging out a dumpster.
Right.
I'm not holding her up in the air.
Right.
But my brother Chad holds in the air dumpster.
Yeah, you do.
This online telling everybody, oh, me and him are broken up, ladies. He's a free man. You can like she is in charge of something. What woman who's respectable would even post that?
Exactly. But see, when you do stuff like that, that brings out...
D, what do you see in that? That's what I'm asking, because I'm trying to see, is it just me? Because that's some evil shit.
It's very evil, and it's diabolical the way she's going about that. Like, you were once all over that man, loving, crying when he proposed to you. And if it's my understanding, I just found out, if it's my understanding and I'm correct, that they met while she was married to her ex-husband.
Corey is speaking some real ass.
That's another thing. Like, chicks always, for some reason, run to social media to try to drag you. Like, they run to social media regardless of what happened, and you get ready to get dropped.
Yep.
Regardless of what. Now, like my boy said, that's trifling.
Yeah.
That's super trifling.
Even when he was on Nightcap, he sat there, he talking to Unc and shit. She's right there.
Yeah.
Right next to him.
He didn't have to call her Latin, nothing.
But look, she spazzed. Look, she spazzed out on because he didn't have his shades on. She said, "Put your shades down."
We got into it again.
What happened?
Y'all had first watch out there where you at? I'm eating breakfast, right? So she called my phone. I got my sunglasses sitting on my head. My sunglasses fall by accident, and the waitress was in front of me. Real, she say, "Man, who in the is that sitting in front of you? I know you're not playing with me. Put your glasses back down." And I put them down on the table. She like, "Chad, don't you play with me."
Yeah,
he took him off.
No.
He had him up.
He said she thought she saw whatchamacallit
another woman
in the reflection of his shade.
Yeah, it was a waitress.
Yeah, but it was the waitress though. And then, like I said, she came flipping out and shit. You know what I'm saying? Making the whole situation.
Chad, my boy, but do you think that maybe he's picking wrong?
Yeah, of course.
He has a type. He wants the beautiful Latina.
He has a type.
There's nothing wrong with a Latina, but you got him with
a reality show.
You getting the bottom of the barrel. And you put them
that after you get rid of or after y'all break up, and they have nothing really to look forward to except you.
She's good money.
She got money.
She good money.
Oh yeah, but what I'm saying is
she got it off the reality show.
Yeah.
No.
But
she's a real estate
agent.
She's
a real estate agent. But like they say, what the is selling Tampa? Like, come on.
It doesn't matter. I mean, you can.
Nevertheless,
I'm not going to do that. I ain't going to do that.
I just guys always get once the relationship goes left. Social media get ready to get all your dirt.
Yeah, we're normalizing too many women going public after breakups, throwing the guys
that's
in the
crazy.
bus.
We're normalizing a lot of bullshit in this country these days.
What makes them look stupid? Because why you gonna talk shit about it when you used to suck it?
Kind of makes you look stupid, but then there's a segment of women that feed like you're right, girl, and stuff like that.
Yeah,
when actuality,
on my
she's not
timeline,
right
I swear
all.
to God, I see it sounds like it's like a bunch of scorn ass. Every time I go on Facebook, I see at least 2 to 5 talking shit about.
I call it Bitter Betty Boulevard.
Pick better.
I call it Bitter Betty Boulevard.
Remember shaking your ass during the damn football game? It came back on your ass.
But like you said, in the beginning it was cool. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes just let the relationship. Okay, we're good. We're done. You ain't gotta blow me up for social media.
Nah,
you don't have to. No,
some people ain't gonna let that go.
Do that. Yeah, but you ain't gotta do that to me.
Something that seems common sense is not common sense.
Because now it's like, eventually they're gonna come up with a law for this.
A law for what?
For disparaging people over.
Well, they got revenge.
But like
But when does the law invade your First Amendment speech?
Correct. Because that's what it's trampling on.
That's the issue I have. If you
is.
want to make it legal,
Unless you have it written on paper to where you can't say certain shit, a gag order. You feel what I'm saying?
NDA, non-disclosure.
Yeah, exactly. Those two things right there to be the only way you can't be speaking.
But as
on my
quick
name.
as, but you like you said, like
Trump,
you were
like
loving him at first.
Tamara Hall and Trump, she can't speak on that name.
I know, and I don't even believe that rumor.
I don't either.
It wouldn't bother. It wouldn't like blow. I wouldn't be disappointed. If
I
it were
believe
true.
it.
It would be a surprise.
Because she abruptly left the show and Meg came up there when she left.
Nah, I just
And
know
there-
she's
and-
white dudes.
And every time
Tamara
somebody
Hall.
mentioned Trump's name, it was she had, matter of fact, she had who was it that she had on? She was interviewing, but Trump's name came up and she sidestepped it.
But back to Chad, like this is on Chad though. You know
Yeah.
who you dealing with. You know who you're dealing
He
with.
headbutted Evelyn, so
you
I thought he
know
was
who
done.
you're
With,
dealing with.
yeah.
Evelyn was that's a bottom barrel.
So is
But-
Rel.
All of them. You're right, all
this
of them.
But this is who you're choosing
chicks.
to deal
Hood
with.
chicks that's pretty enough,
This
and they
is
made
who
they got
you're
they got up.
choosing to deal with.
Exactly.
So I can't really feel sorry for her. You knew she was going
He
to do
probably
this.
got a self.
How do we know?
I can see him having a self-esteem problem, even though he's a former professional player.
Of course.
Because he's how dark he is.
Of course.
So he just aligned himself up with light-skinned women. He don't want white, so he go.
You get the
outside.
prettiest thing
What
you
makes you think it's a colorist issue?
Right.
Because I can see it. Because how dark-skinned he is, and you know when we came up,
I'm gonna let Hassan have
black
this.
and light skin was
look.
the
I'm
shit.
gonna let Hassan have it because he dark skinned and I
Yeah,
don't know nothing
nigga,
about
I
this
want-
fight.
I know for a fact.
I don't know nothing about
I know
this
for a
fight, so I'm
fact.
letting
I know
Hassan
for a
have it.
fact. I know for a fact in the 80s especially. If you in the Northeast in the 80s,
I got a
it was
question for my
dark
wife.
skin.
I
Nigga.
got a
Chad's
question
in
for
Florida.
White.
Exactly. So I can definitely see
Hold
why.
on.
I can definitely see where
I want to say this, but I don't think they're going to let me. But were you a porch
no,
in the
I was
80s?
out there. Yeah.
You know, I know they were dark skinned people. They used to give the harsh nicknames, African booty scratcher,
Oh, we
stuff
can
like
fight.
that.
Yeah, I mean, I heard them names,
Look,
but
like,
but you better know how to crack jokes.
But no,
Oh, yeah.
but no,
You better know how to crack
I
jokes.
had to roast
But no,
dark skin in high
You
school.
had to crack jokes
But
and
no,
better know
I'm
how to
getting ready
fight.
to be on some real shit. That is your ego.
Right, so
you know what I'm saying? I've been picked on and stuff like
Yeah.
that. You know what I'm saying? Certain things mess with you.
So now this is where it goes back to why I say it's the colorism on him. Cause look how dark he is.
That's why I
he
give
in
it to
Florida. I know he been called an African booty scratcher. He's around the same
You can
age
say the
as
same
us.
thing possibly about Shannon.
Right, exactly. So when
Yeah.
you grow up being, if you grew up being traumatized by being picked on by your peers because how dark you are, when you get older, especially you become famous and
Got
got
a little money.
you're gonna align yourself up with somebody lighter than you.
The prettiest things you can find. The prettiest things you can find. Instead of
In
looking
some
for
cases,
real
yeah.
love.
This case, yes.
Instead of looking
But
for
he's
real
picking,
love.
But the thing what get him up was he's picking people that he identifies with because he's formerly from the hood. It's even though he doesn't allow his hood tendencies come out in quirky ways. You feel what I'm saying? And these women that he's aligned himself with, these are pretty, but they hood.
Right, and see, this is another thing I don't understand because where Chad go to school at? Like you've been around, you've been
Auburn.
around some good women.
Auburn.
You've been around some good women.
He was in college. Every woman in college, especially
Yeah,
if you're a
but
wide
yeah,
receiver,
If
knows
you
where
playing
you're
football,
going.
I hope it
You
wasn't
can't-
homecoming.
You can't find a good woman
Yeah.
if you were an NFL
yeah,
prospect.
if you playing ball, if you're a good player, you getting pussy.
you can find a
No,
good
you
woman
can't,
bro.
depending on
This is why
where you're
Cam is in the
looking at.
situation he in
Where
now.
are you looking at?
You can't
can't-
look
you can-
nowhere when you got
anywhere.
all types of being thrown at you.
Can I say something? They're all smashing
I'm
the
telling
same
you facts.
chick. All the same chick gets
It's the
pregnant
same
by
circle.
different dudes.
Bro, the hoes make
Bruh,
themselves
bruh,
known.
let me explain something to you.
So that's what I'm saying. So if you keep going in the same circle
No, sir.
of chicks that treat everybody's
You're-
picking
listen,
from,
bruh.
what you gonna get?
Are you a former athlete?
Yes.
Okay, then. So you know, as a former athlete, and especially if you have any type of skill set, you good on a team, you ain't got to open up your mouth to say shit. They are literally dropping their draws.
Doesn't
If you
that
hold on,
become more
if you,
of your
if you don't,
reason to be
it's
a little bit
it's
more?
a different. I'm about to give you a different. Here you go. You got Cam Newton. Cam Newton, he's been top player, high school, college, pros. His dad has been in his ear from day one. Ocho probably didn't have that. So when you don't have that, somebody to keep you in line, based off his traumas coming up, he's aligning himself with women that's similarities, but he's actually bigger than them because he's outgrown that, whereas most of them haven't. Look at the pics that he are.
If he find one that's trying to keep him in line, he's not gonna listen to him.
He's not gonna with her
because he feels like he is higher or more superior than this female that's trying to keep him on the right track.
Y'all keep going in this same bucket. Y'all knock up the same chicks. These chicks have babies by multiple athletes, so y'all are going to get the same chick.
You know why? Because they
Quit
know how
going
to
to
shut
get
up.
these chicks.
But they don't have. But you don't have to go nowhere when they show up.
And that's
If
that's
you're
your
at
fault.
the team
You
bus,
don't
they
want
got
to go
they got-
nowhere.
When you a basketball player, you a football player, and you pull up at the airport, y'all at the hotel, these waiting on you.
What's the one thing you know if
They
it's
waiting
given
on
to
you.
If
Huh?
it's just
Okay, so
giving it to you,
invite him in the
if
room
it-
and let him tell him to go about
one
that way.
thing
The
worth
question
it,
is, don't get caught up in the shit they do.
if it's given to you, is it worth it? Is it something worth it? Something you have to work a little bit harder for?
If you never have,
So you're telling me that these chicks are here waiting to suck? What you think get ready to happen? Because if she's sitting there waiting to suck yours, who else?
you right, but if you talking about
She done had a lot of
so if
athletes
you're
to
talking
her
about
though.
somebody who comes from poverty, who
Love
makes
basketball,
something of
makes
themselves,
shit.
who makes something of themselves based off their talent, but they was able to suppress their traumas enough or use it to energize them to be successful. Now that you there, right? Traumas hasn't gone anywhere, and if you don't know how, whether you scared or whatever, how to attack that shit, it's always gonna hinder you. You're always gonna keep making mistakes. So it doesn't give a damn what nobody say until he handle his traumas. That's anybody. That's why you got a lot of scorned women out here.
But back to Chad. Chad picks these women. Like you said, he
Right.
goes out his way to pick these. I won't
right.
call them bottom of the barrel women. I won't go that far.
who
But
is really
you
traumatized?
you have a
So you mean to tell me you ain't pick nobody?
Tight.
You ain't
Yeah.
pick a type because of similarities of what you did when you came and grew up.
I've
You
never
ain't-
said that I haven't.
Okay then. So
But as
again,
I grow, I realize
but
what
this
type
is but
is the
some
right
people
type for me. That
you
what- that type I
okay,
picked
but there's
then is not the right
difference.
type now.
There's difference because one, this man has money. He has other things that could.
even more reason you need to be careful.
No, again, if you're not mentally trained, somebody, if you did this off of his talent, he did this off of his talent. He didn't have nobody. I just gave you two. I just gave you two people.
You did?
You got Cam.
That's why
I
you gotta
did.
go-
I said, look
gotta
at Cam
grow.
Newton.
But
Look
you-
how look
gotta grow in
at
his
look
mind.
at Cam
You
Newton and
yelling
look
at
how
me
he's
doesn't
moving.
change
Nigga, you
what
sit
I'm
here
telling-
to cut me off like I ain't saying.
Talking, you won't
Nigga,
let nobody get in the
You ain't listening,
edgewise.
bro. You see it talking about I didn't give you a clear example. I did. Cam Newton and Ocho. Look at both of them. Look at the women. Look how they moving, and look at the difference on how they handling situations.
And you're right. One is grown up, and one still keeps making
And
the
one
same
had a
mistakes over and
father
over
in
and
his
over.
ear since day one.
But nevertheless, you can throw the father thing out. But with me, if you keep putting your hand on the hot stove, you're going to keep putting your hand on the hot stove.
Okay.
I
Okay,
don't
Mr.
understand
Perfect.
how
Okay, Mr.
long.
Perfect.
Hold on, let me ask you this though, if that's the case.
But if you keep getting
Okay,
busted in
Mr.
the head,
Perfect.
how
why you
long?
gonna keep-
How long are we going to keep giving grown individuals, men or women,
This pass.
passes?
I
Like
didn't
it
give
doesn't
nobody a
matter.
pass.
Saying he
It
ain't got
doesn't
it
matter
back, nigga, he
how.
40.
Hold
I
on.
didn't
It doesn't
give
matter
nobody no pass.
how they were brought up. But once you reach a certain age in general,
It's
when do
on
we get
you.
to self accountability? Like you've got
And
to grow
he
out of
taking
these
his self
things.
accountability. He handling his business. He ain't fucking fall off. He's taking that. The point we're talking about is the point what we're talking about is him making what you saying the same decision. And what I'm playing devil's advocate here, like why this man keep doing it, because number one, I'm gonna take a look at his colorism, his color. I know he been picked on coming up about his color, but him shining on the football field, he shut that down. Why he ain't marrying no black woman? Why he ain't not aligning? Because most of the picking that he got from was from black women. So he aligning himself up with women that's lighter than him, but they're still hood.
but you keep putting yourself in this situation.
I'm not,
Buddha
I understand
said,
that. I understand that. I'm not giving it a pass.
I can't give you a pass because you didn't learn from Evelyn. You didn't learn. And you did it again.
Not even that. Well, hold on. And we're talking about years and years in the league and everything. Like this isn't like the first time
you'll see a pattern of something that you don't like.
You know what I mean?
Like,
But that's when you change that pattern.
So they've been throwing draws at you since you were a freshman in college, sophomore in high school, somewhere around there. But now you're a 40-year-old man. You should be quick getting the free draws. You don't want those draws thrown at you no more.
It's so easy
I don't want
He
that
ain't
no more.
Well, in his eyes, I'm gonna play devil's advocate. Those are not free. Everybody he fucking with, that ain't free draws. He put in work. He took a woman from her husband. You had to put in work to do that.
No, he didn't. He ain't take her. She willingly
hopped in his
She
DM.
willingly.
Same thing, whatever. Hey, Mr. Perfect. Hey, y'all got it.
Nobody perfect.
That's all I was saying, man. Y'all got it.
I can't give a pass to a grown
I'm not
ass
giving
man.
nobody
Super
no pass.
grown anyway.
But again,
Been retired.
you-
Been retired from
Boo,
football
you
a
sit
couple of
here,
years.
You stress mental health, right?
Damn right.
All right, then. So if a person hasn't taken care of their mental health for whatever reason,
And how many
they're
years?
not gonna never learn. It don't matter.
It
you
does
got
matter.
niggas that die and still never learn.
But that's the point. It does matter.
But they have
It has to be a certain amount of time where you have self-reflection.
You have, especially
have to.
Chad.
he ain't got to his break.
He has the resources.
That's
So it's
what
right
I'm
there.
saying.
And he
No,
has,
you have
and
the
he hasn't,
resource.
and he hasn't reached the point to where he
There's
needed to
no
make a
Okay,
change.
when he gets tired of getting over by these,
He
what do you
probably
call them
don't.
girls? Chad needs to be a little bit smarter.
It's time to grow up.
It is. It is.
At the
Doug
end of
don't
the
have
day-
this
at the
problem.
end of the day,
Nah,
yeah,
damn
you're a
sure
grown
don't.
Man, but your mind frame ain't grown men.
You know?
After the end of the day, after going through so many women, going through the same you've been going through for each woman you done been
Maybe
with,
it's
it might
time.
be for a
Maybe
change.
it's time to change
It
up,
might
and
be
maybe
okay.
gotta reflect.
I don't
Maybe
like
date the
this
black
and this
woman. Maybe
So
date the
let
black
You
me
know,
man.
go.
Chad has
After
6
that.
kids. I'm sure.
Maybe date
some
the
of them
black
are
chick.
Man, yeah, all them and most of them kids I say up there, they was dark. So I'm assuming it's a black
But maybe
woman.
Blake date the black chick now.
Now, let's
He
try
has.
something
Do something different.
He has. He just
And
the
then a black woman of a
the
different
the
caliber
last
than the
three
ones
was
he has been dating.
was the last
You know,
team.
find
one
that
don't
want
From what I'm assuming.
Leave the reality chicks alone. Leave them alone. Let them
Get you a
go.
regular one. See what
Yeah,
happens.
get you a regular
Can't get
one.
no regular chick, man.
Why?
Because regular chicks
Chicks
don't know.
will exploit
They
you
don't
for
know.
fame.
They don't know how to.
What the hell are these other chicks doing?
I understand. I get you. The difference. The difference
It's
with
different.
the difference with them is they've been brought in on the scene. Once you already on the scene, you in there. You in the club.
I would think
So
a
now-
regular
But then
chick
you
would be.
be a little more humble.
No,
Yeah,
no,
no,
no. See
no.
what you gotta understand? No,
No.
because
I would
regular
too.
chicks, if you dealing with a with money,
You
a
can't
regular
just
chick,
invite
a regular
any
chick
random
ain't gonna walk off and you go your way and I go my way.
Yeah.
She going.
They will.
No, the
No, no,
fuck
no,
they
she
won't.
won't. No,
If
she
this
won't.
man, if this man sit here, you pretty much he changed your whole lifestyle. You ain't letting that walk out there without something. What? Strong enough to can't even leave regular alone. Like, come on. My timeline.
You talking to Prince
I
Charming,
just-
and
I
I've
just-
had a couple.
Are these the hoes in the home? Are these
Buddha will tell you I'm Prince Charming.
I don't give
and
a damn.
I've had
if
a
you
couple walk away.
If you
It is
if,
what it is.
and I get if you are changing lives, she's going on trips. She ain't got to worry about, and you just come out of the blue and say, "Done with your ass." What?
That means what we had
What
at
we,
that
you
time,
just
we
asked me
had
about
to
mental
make
health.
it
What if that shit is toxic and that's the only way? Like, you know what?
This
You're
is
not healthy.
why.
You're
This
not
is
healthy.
why regular chicks don't make it up to the top unless you there by coincidence.
How do you get to the top?
Connection. What?
And
Most of
ain't-
these.
in order to get to the top, don't you have to be a regular first?
I just gave
I'm
you.
just saying, in order to get to the top,
I just gave you
don't you
three
have to be a
areas how
regular
they get
first?
in. And they waiting them. They groupies waiting for them at the hotel.
Regular.
Or they at some type of club. You at a club or whatever, and you catch them, or they at a function. One of the three, or you came up with them like LeBron, high school, or you catch them in college. If you don't get in those areas, what I just said, ain't no regular chick gonna be with no money, unless she's the OnlyFans chick, or they like Drake in DMs like that.
With that one, baby. I'm trying to tell you.
I could have sworn the world was bigger than
You know
this.
what I'm saying?
I thought so.
I could have sworn the world was.
Got one that got
Nigga,
it.
how
So I
you
don't know
talking?
what
You
you
been
mean.
married
No,
for 20 years. You don't know
I
nothing
talk-
about this.
I talk down on.
No, you know why? Because I know level-headed, business-minded people.